with that, we will watch this highlight video.
The nerds have taken over. And that's exactly what we're here to celebrate over the next 2 days. We're here to celebrate how far it's come since I was a kid. And we're here to give you an exclusive sneak peek at where tabletop gaming is going in the future.
The new story is called Tomb of Annihilation. Previously, our stories had been limited to the Sword Coast. We have now gone far, far away from the Sword Coast to the land of Chult, a place of dinosaurs, a place full of undead and undead dinosaurs.
Undead dinosaurs,
yes,
Chris?
Exactly. Going into sort of some of the most dangerous realms that the world has to offer. So there are many mysteries there, and in the course of the adventure, not only will you be dealing with the major story, but also just encountering lots of cool NPCs, going to lots of places that you can explore, and kind of fulfilling the dream of actually being a true hero.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Stream of Annihilation Dice Camera Action Special Episode. Woo! All right, tonight's episode is called Bite the Dust. I can't explain why, but we'll find out soon.
I wonder.
It has been released from the darkness by the Morning Lord, and he has gifted me with the vision. I need your help to help catch this demon.
I think really hard.
They're coming for you, evil servants of the sun.
Well, my name is Lilith.
Are you a bard?
I am.
Yes.
Oh my
I
God.
love music. Will you play us something? Evelyn just sits down like this.
Strix just hides and crosses her arms.
Persuasion.
27.
Okay, he gives
20?
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you got a natural 20.
What?
He, so struck by you, he just undoes his whole bandolier and gives them all to you.
Does it make your insides all glowy? Does it make you feel more friendly?
No.
A wave of nausea overcomes you, and you suddenly both feel weak.
What? Just those two?
Yeah. And Dieth, as you sort of look, with you, it's a little bit different. It feels like your skin is sort of burning, Strix.
Huh?
With you, it feels like you've pulled muscles in your neck. And when you look in a mirror, you can see that there's a discoloration around your neck.
Wait, no, not again.
No!
No.
I think we were poisoned or something.
It sort of feels like that.
Yeah, like I'll open up the door and like find.
She sort of falls in when you do.
Try to like catch her.
A tumble of raggedness.
Yeah, I'll like catch her to kind of like fall with her because I'm also like freaking out.
You see Van Richten. He just gets very, very pale and thin. And he says, "Do you know how many times I've died?"
No? 0 times?
She is the protectress of life. You still carry that blessing. You can use it to stave off the effect on your friends.
How?
By dying.
Of course, Chris.
Welcome back, everyone. For the last time to Studio B, joining me here is Greg T. I know, you're a little sad. It's the last time. But Greg.
Oh, I'm happy. Hey!
Dude, I mean, the communications manager for Dungeons & Dragons, you are the one that has pretty much been orchestrating a lot of this.
That's true. I've been talking to all of these groups, getting them all here for the Stream of Annihilation. It's been a crazy whirlwind of a day, making all these people together, but it's been amazing showing all of the Dungeons & Dragons play that's been happening today.
Is this exactly what you expected? Did you come into this a little nervous? Because I don't think another stream has ever done 10 separate groups of D&D games.
No, we had 12. We had 12 because we had 6 yesterday and 6 today. No, I don't think everything like this has ever been done before. And it was a bear to put together.
Yeah.
And all these groups, everybody had different needs, different wants. That was what was cool about it, was that everybody took their little form of D&D and did it a little bit differently. Like we had the Dragon Friends with Benny playing the keyboard in the band. They were like super loud and fun. funny.
Music was so good.
I know, right? And then Mark Holmes, for his High Rollers game, he was like, oh, I really wanted to use some live music, or have music, use like a soundboard. I'm like, we have this great thing. We have a guy who's going to play keyboard. Why don't we just have him join your game too? And then that collaboration happened like organically, and
We've
that
seen two teams go up against each other in a Dungeons and Dragons
Exactly.
campaign. Meat grinder mode.
it's made amazing that way, right? Exactly. And then of course all these like amazing celebrities and stuff. And maybe you've actually seen these too, the goblins that have come in a little bit here and there.
That's right. Yeah.
On camera.
Danny Hartel and Holly Conrad. Actually,
That's right.
Can you tell me exactly who they are?
So Holly Conrad is Commander Holly, and she has done stuff in Dice Camera Action. She's Strix in Dice Camera Action. And Danny Hartel has been a prop maker who's been making stuff for the Actors Incorporated PAX West shows for a long time. So they got together, they started collaborating over the last few months, across thousands of miles, putting these Batiri goblin masks together.
You might have seen them throughout the stream, maybe in Studio C a little bit here and there.
A little bit here and there. I think they came in late yesterday when the Critical Role guys were being interviewed, and they messed with them a little bit. So you might, behind the scenes a little bit too. Maybe we'll see some of that.
Well, actually, let's take a look right now at what Danny and Holly were doing throughout the weekend.
Let's take a look.
It's helped me channel my schizophrenia.
Really?
As a dungeon master, a lot of characters in the head. No, I mean, anyone who's played a role-playing game with a group of friends for a period of time can definitely, oh god.
Oh my god, okay.
You should expect that here in Dungeons and Dragons.
Hey, come on, go.
The ship never goes down. We're forward.
Hello everyone, my name is Holly Conrad.
I'm Danny Hartel. I'm at Danny Hartel on all the things.
We were planning this project together, making goblins thousands of miles away from each other,
Yeah.
still trying to make them cohesive,
Yeah.
and just sharing things on Facebook chat and being like, this is cool, I'm not sleeping, yeah!
Yep, neither am I.
Yeah, and I would panic and be like, I can't do this, and she's like, no, it's fine, and you know. I knew I wanted to do a silicone mask, so we both decided on that together, that we were gonna use silicone because it lasts longer than latex, it's stretchy, it looks more realistic.
Yeah.
And then we both decided we wanted the eyes to be separate versus our own eyes because they had such big features. If you had like tiny little human eyes, it would have looked kind of weird. Danny ended up doing silicone arms and legs, and I ended up using makeup. And that was mostly because I just didn't want to be that hot, and I hate molding and casting. And I was like, I can make it look super cool and not have to be miserable, so that's what I'm gonna do.
And I regret it because I'm miserable
But it looks
most of the
super
time.
cool.
But it does look so cool.
It looks super
so,
cool. Yeah.
Like, I had to put zippers in, and my husband has to help zip me into it, and it's like terrible and laborious, and you know, it's actually cut the ends off of mannequin arms, sculpted it back on in epoxy, and then sculpted on top of that in the clay so that I could plan that my fingers would be together the whole time.
Nice.
And yeah, it's fun to like grab things, and it just weirds people out too.
I mean, I know that this stream of Annihilation has been about showing the newest adventure, Tomb of Annihilation, but it's also just been about us goofing around and having a lot of fun.
That's true, man. I just love that Chris Perkins' dog Milo got a little shout out in that one. Yeah, that dog was a little bit uncomfortable with those goblins in their face. Yeah, it was really fun to watch.
What other fun moments have you had during this event?
Man, there's been so many. I mean, I think it's been just seeing the amount of collaboration between everybody kind of coalesce. That was the one thing I was really nervous about, because you're bringing all these different groups from different parts of the world, from the UK to Australia, Girls Guts Glory, where they do stuff a little bit differently, always are into costumes and like role playing that. So you're like, I'm never sure if everyone is gonna meld, right?
Right.
You know, and that has happened like crazy. Like
I mean, every time we've gone into Studio C, maybe you guys haven't been able to see this, but every single table has been like taken over by a combination of people that are doing their own one-offs. And there's even people that have already made their own iteration of Meat Grinder and have been playing it like 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, when you get a bunch of nerds together, what do they want to do? They want to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Exactly. I mean, and that was what's nuts about like the actors that have been coming, because we always hear about things in Hollywood about their creative folks who are doing this, but you never like, are they, how much do they play for real? But as soon as they got to Studio C, people like Abe Ben-Ruby and Matthew Lillard, who are setting up right now behind us, they started playing immediately. All right, and then after last night, we were playing for like 12 hours. We got back to the hotel where everyone was. Matt and his group were all playing still, and they were playing throughout basically this entire event.
I'm really sad to see it go. It's been 24 hours throughout the last 48 hours of just nonstop Dungeons and Dragons action, guys. And I think we actually have another highlight video coming of everyone that's played throughout the weekend. Let's see it right now.
Welcome to Studio A.
Say something else.
Hey, Bart. If I give you a note card, might give you a favor and write it down.
Exactly.
Good. 26. All right. After.
Do you play a lot of games online, obviously?
Table and
And I'm throwing so I threw a shambling mound.
Is that gonna be you?
We're arguing about Dungeons and Dragons. Just that's what we're doing.
It's a celebrity altercation. I'm telling
That's
you.
what people do. I have to act charming, witty, confident, and ruthless.
How in the world are you gonna do that?
I have no idea.
We cut people open and we hold their guts. Sometimes she eats them.
Yeah.
These guests have been amazing during the stream of Annihilation. I just want to thank all of them again for being here, for being a part of this, and for just being themselves. Is there someone that really surprised you during this event?
That's
someone
a
that
really
really
good question.
shined. For me, Jerry during the C team, I just love his DMing. I feel like he's very maniacal.
I think it's definitely been what you said about people just being themselves. You think you come to an event like this and that they have to perform or be on or a little bit like that. I don't think that has happened at all. People have just been like, oh yeah, I can talk about Dungeons and Dragons. This is all I want to talk about anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You and Anna have been amazing, by the way. I just I think I made a really good decision hiring you guys to do it because I didn't have to teach you at all. I was be like, oh here, talk about this, and you're like, oh yeah, that's what we would talk about anyway.
It's like you just said, man. Even when I step off of this, immediately I just continue talking to the guests about more Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And about maybe starting a new campaign together and about playing next week or something It's just been,
exactly.
And that I really hope that this has inspired a few people that have been, or a few people, all of you that have been watching, that Dungeons and Dragons is an amazing community collective. It is a big family, and that by playing it, I truly have become closer to a lot of my friends throughout the years of campaigning that I've done.
That's right.
There really isn't any other instances where groups of adults can get together, or children, to get together in such an intimate setting and really just talk to each other.
Exactly, right. And I think that one example was Britt Weitzman, who was in the Misclicks show. She said, this is the first time I played Dungeons & Dragons with people in the same room, because they have done so much of their stuff online, which is amazing that people can do that and play over thousands of miles. But she actually got to do it in the same room. This was the first time she got to do it here. And she was like, oh my God, it was so amazing because we got to do our voices and be the performance and actually work off each other so much interesting and more awesome. I was like, that's amazing.
That was the first time that all of us have played together down there. And there was just like 10-minute segments where we were just talking in character. I got so immersed into it, playing with the right group. A lot of people will ask, like, well, what do I do to get into Dungeons and Dragons? And one, you need a good DM.
For sure.
If you yourself don't know the game, a DM is the pivotal part of a Dungeons and Dragons game. But I think you need to be playing with people that you enjoy.
Right.
And that doesn't mean your characters have to like each other. In fact, I think it's better when teammates hate each other, right?
That makes it so much more dramatic too. And the thing about DMing is like a lot of people I think get scared about that because they're not really sure.
I am.
Yeah, right. But there's no reason to be because it's different than playing obviously, but your attention is just spread out a little bit amongst all the players at the table. And I prefer that now at this point. I started as a player like a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But I just love the fact of being able to listen to my players so much. And there's no downtime. There's no way you can be thinking about something else when you're dungeon mastering, so you're always going from player to player to player. As long as you're comfortable with that, I think dungeon mastering is a snap. You don't have to worry about the intimate little rules or things like that. I mean, obviously we've had all these games come through with different styles of DMing and different things.
Hardcore DMing, more loose, more role play based, more combat based.
Yeah,
definitely a wide range.
Right, exactly. And I mean, and now this all comes back to Tomb of Annihilation that's coming out on September 8th.
September 8th?
In game stores. Yes, and then wide September 19th everywhere. And people have been really excited about all the different weird things that are going on there. I actually brought out, spoiler alert, I brought out a map of Chult and just spread it out on a table today. And the dungeon masters and everybody just came and like flocked together
Everyone
to be
was
like,
is there copies? Can we take it?
Exactly. People were taking pictures. I'm like, okay, fine.
Am I allowed to talk about the Fog of War?
Sure, why not?
Oh, I don't know, but there's two copies of the map, and you see this like beautiful, like fully designed out map and everything, and then the bottom of it is this fog of war with all this grid, and you can of course see the peak, but then surrounding the peak you can't see it. That's such a cool concept for Dungeons and Dragons.
Exactly. I love that idea of being able to explore through hexes and figure out anything that's going on. And the Dungeon Master will have a lot of that information, and then there's a player handout map for what's known and mapped inside Chult, and those people may not get it.
All right, I believe, I think we're actually
getting ready. Are they getting ready finally?
I think we're getting ready right now, guys. It is the last game of the day. Dungeon Master Dylan Sprouse will be running an adventure with some special guests. Just want to thank you all one more time for being here, guys, for watching us at the stream of Annihilation. Everyone, we'll see you right after this.